everyone. I wanted to go through some variations of different kinds of glue books, different kinds of structures to use. I went through that in the structures, in the basic video for the structures, but I wanted to kind of show some of the glue books that I am working on right now, just so that you can see some of them working. This one is a traditional. I started this one a couple years ago, and it is in a blank book. I have since stopped working in blank books, and I work in signatures now, but there's a lot of images in here that I would like to keep, so I'm going to have to finish this one up. So this one is completely random. There is no reason for any of the stuff on the page. Random works. You don't have to have a theme for anything. So that's one that I would like to get finished up soon. This is my Serendipity book, and it is almost finished, almost ready to be sewn together. I call it the Serendipity book because it's like serendipity paper, where you're using your scraps, your leftovers, and gluing them on a piece of paper. Well, in this case, a signature or a few signatures. You're just taking all those different bits of leftover things that you have and gluing them down. So it's all kinds of random stuff. Scrapbook paper and, oh, you name it. It's in here. Everything. Everything and anything. And I am planning another one of these, Serendipity Find It book. That one I will be making a list of things to find as you look at the pages. 5 cats, 3 bicycles, 20 birds, baby feet, a chair, a pair of eyes, a soldier, a whole great big long list. I might put it on a tag with a paper clip so that it's kind of an adventure to go through it. So I'm looking forward to starting another one of these. This one was really fun. Also, I've got the color texture glue book. This one is all about looking at color. I love color. I love looking at color. So I decided just to put color on the pages. They're all, a certain color or a color combination. And it's just color and textures all put together so that I can flip through and look at all the color when I want to be inspired by something, or I want to remember a certain color combination or work something out. So that one, I still have a few pages to finish in that one. This is my scavenger hunt book. Scavenger hunt book. Shannon Green calls hers in a math journal. It is, well, I call it a scavenger hunt book because you're looking for certain things to put on the page. This one's elephants. I tried to find as many different elephants as I possibly could find, and I put them all together on a page. So I call it a scavenger hunt book because I am looking everywhere, searching for my categories to fill up the page. There's hands, crayon wrappers, numbers, ships, boats, frogs, birds, waterfalls, clock faces, watches, trains. I've got fish. My favorite one is the tickets. Tickets are just pieces of paper, so putting them all together on a page, it's still just a glue book, but it's a different variation. This one is more of a themed glue book because each page has a theme. This one's my ABC glue book, and there are 26 pages, 2-page spreads, one for every letter of the alphabet, and I am trying to find pictures and words that start with each letter and putting them together on the pages. I'm still not finished with this one. I'm having some difficulty with D and some difficulty with N. Don't know why. So I'm going to finish this one soon. N is really empty. That is my worst letter, I think, other than Y. Y is pretty empty too. So Z's coming along. I still need some more Z's. Those are my scavenger hunt books. So I also have one that I started. This is my white space signature. I haven't really put anything in it yet. I have a problem with white space. I wanted to challenge myself to do a glue book and leave white space in it. I haven't started it. We'll see how that works out. I did another one. This one is a calendar. These are calendar pages that I sewed together into a signature. I've got a few signatures. And this is my napkin glue book. I am using napkins, book pages, and images, and I am putting those all together on these pages. Napkins are just different kinds of paper. So it fits my definition of a glue book. So I'm having fun with that. I have a really, really small miniature glue book. I just have made the signatures for them so far. I've been collecting pictures small enough to put into, I want a little mini glue book. I think that would be fun. So that's another one I've started. I have started the Around the World book, and this one is junk mail. These are brochures that I got from Backroads Travel Company, and they are wonderful brochures. They open up, so there's lots of space in them. I'm putting together all these pictures of places around the world. This envelope here holds Europe, and so I've got a ton of images. And the problem is I don't have enough space for all my images, and I want all my images. So I'm going to have to take these apart and add some more pieces of paper so that I can make this one a little bit bigger so it will hold all the stuff that I want it to. So I have to redo that one just a little bit. This one is a memento kind of travel glue book. I was in New Orleans last year at Christmas, and I went on this walking tour. I bought this little brochure with a walking tour, and it's got some wonderful images in it. And as I was walking the streets and going around, I picked up things off the ground. I bought things. I bought some incense, and I found some tickets, and I've got menus of some of the places that I ate, feathers and beads, and some brochures, and all kinds of stuff from things that I bought and places that I was at. So I will be taking all these bits and pieces and gluing them together on this brochure for a kind of travel memento of that trip. So it's just another form of a glue book. It'll be a great way to remember the trip as well. So here I have the giant junk journal, and this is how I use these baskets. I keep my signatures in them and some of the images that I want to glue in, so I can keep projects together and I can grab them when I'm in the mood for that project. This one's a junk journal, and I made it really big because I have a lot of big images. So I needed a larger space to put them. So I used calendar pages, some paint chip brochures, some magazine covers, just all kinds of junk mail and things like that. It's got a lot of flip outs and a lot of space to put things. So I can use up some of my bigger images and have a place for them. So that is the giant junk journal. It is a monster. It is so big. It pretty much, when it's opened up, takes my entire space, so I have difficulty gluing things into it, but I'm still enjoying it. And it will be huge when it gets done. So this one is signatures that I made from scrapbook paper, and I'm calling this one my ephemera glue book. I'm using things that I have printed out. I have family letters that I've printed out, things that I don't really want to use. I have scanned and printed so that I can use those pieces of paper in my glue books. I've got bottle labels and book pages and illustrations and things printed from the internet, and dress patterns and tickets and all kinds of things that you wouldn't find in a magazine, other kinds of paper. And I am gluing them onto the scrapbook paper so I don't have to fill the entire page. I can just add to the scrapbook paper designs, and it'll be all kinds of ephemera put together. It's still just a glue book. I'm just gluing pieces of paper into the signature. So it'll be fun. Here's a book illustration. So I'm having fun with that one. And this one is another large glue book. This one I have paper that's 11 by 17 inches folded in half. It fits a full-size magazine page. I've got a lot of large images and just didn't have any place for them. So I put these signatures together so that I can use up some of my larger images, put them all together. I need to put some more littler images in this one, and I'm going to be using a lot of washi tape for around the edges that are still white. So that is that one. I have a 3-tiered book started. You guys, you've seen my vintage 3-tiered book, and this one has all kinds of different kinds of paper, ephemera, photographs, that kind of thing. It's not all magazine images. There are some, but it's a lot of other stuff. And I decided I would do another 3-tiered book with mostly magazine images, but I wanted to do one that wasn't all vintage, that's a little bit other stuff in it this time. So I've started this one. Haven't gotten very far. I've done a few pages, but I still need to work on this one. So those are the signatures. I like working in signatures. I really like working in signatures by themselves. I'm not fighting the cover. I'm not fighting the rest of the pages. I can glue things down and make sure that the glue is really sticking that image to the page, and it's easier for me. I really like doing that. So here is another glue book that I am doing from the Art to Borrow from Stampington and Company magazines. I've taken the art out, the Art to Borrows out, put them into signatures, and I'm using some of the artwork as backgrounds for some of my glue book pages, and then the blank side I am filling completely with other stuff. I call this one my throwaway glue book because these are images that I wasn't necessarily going to keep. Some of these I found when I turned the page over right before I threw it away and thought, oh, that's a interesting little something, or things that I didn't think that I would be able to use. It's just a lot of random, I don't know. So I put everything in a shoebox as I come across it, and then I try to use it on the pages as I work on that one. I also have these are just regular copy paper weight signatures, I used a piece of copy paper, cut it in half, and sewed those pieces together. So it's a little bit smaller. This one's a completely random glue book, just a smaller size. I like different sizes of things. So that is just a regular random glue book. And this one will be in this candy box. This will be the cover. And what I'm doing for this one is I'm saving words and phrases, and I'm arranging them on the pages so that the whole book will be words and phrases. And these are some of the words that I'll be grabbing from and gluing onto the pages. This one's really fussy. This one takes a lot of time. I have to find words that are just the right size to fill the space. It's taking a very long time to do this one, and I have to be just in the right mood. It's really fussy. This one is junk journal style. It's the signature is made from all kinds of envelopes. Some of them I've glued shut, and some of them I've left pockets for, so that I can do little glue book pages and put them in those pockets so that you can see the glue book page in the windows. And of course I'll be filling the page up with images as well, and then putting it in this muffin box. I have 3 signatures for that one. And this one also is junk journal style. These are Globe Life brochures that I get in my weekly flyers. I've been saving these for a couple years. I love the size. I love the little fold outs. They're nice cardstock weight. So I've got quite a few of them, sewed them together in 3 signatures. So I will be gluing images onto these signatures and making a glue book from them. And the last one, I think this is the last one that I've got working on now. Did I do the travel? I think I did the travel one. This one is postage stamp glue book. I got a box of postage stamps, and a lot of the stamps came in these envelopes. So I thought it would be fun if I sewed the envelopes together. I've glued them shut, and I will be I've separated the stamps into countries so that I can grab a country and put the country on a page, arrange the stamps in an interesting way on the page. And then when I get all the stamps together, I will sew that into a cover. So it'll all be postage stamps. Still, postage stamps are just pieces of paper. The envelopes are just a structure, a different kind of structure. So I'm trying to get you guys to think outside the box just a little bit and do something fun, do something different. Here is another one from travel brochures, and this one would be a lot of fun for a travel memento kind of book as well. The brochures open up, lots of space to glue things in. You could collect the brochures on your trip, collect the stuff you want to put into the brochures, and then put it together when you get home. So just an idea. Accordion books make great glue books. A meander book would make a great glue book, and I showed these in the structures video. So different kinds of structures and fun things you can do with glue books. And this one is the faces. It's a faces flip. It's just cardstock with magazine faces glued to the pages, and then I sewed them together to make a flip book. Any kind of structure would work. I have a Rolodex, and that's a structure. If I glue pieces of paper to the Rolodex cards, I would have a very unconventional type glue book. So I just wanted to get some of those ideas out there so you have some ideas of some interesting and different kinds of ways to do glue books. Thanks for watching.